Welcome back, guys. Thank you for listening to Reel Mockery. Hope you enjoy the website and find it useful. So, the 7th season of Wentworth has now come to an end. Some people liked the ending probably, and some people didn't. Myself, I expected a lot more, honestly. But whatever. Anyway, let's go over the big takeaways from this season. What's the most important things to happen? We'll start off on the prisoner side, and when we're done with that, I will give my opinion of it, if anybody even gives a dang. But anyway, let's start with the prisoners. First up is Kaz. She's dead. She was killed halfway through the season. Her death was a mystery until the very end. Most of the time, the writers were blaming it on Marie. She was primary suspect, seemed to have the most motive and reasoning to do it. With help from Allie, Marie takes over as top dog. She also finds out that Ruby killed her son Danny. So a catfight ensues between Marie and Rita over it. Allie eventually convinces Marie to let it go. Marie and Rita call a truce. As top dog, though, Marie begins working on more important matters. She starts blackmailing Michael Heston. He happens to be the general manager and a pedophile. Now, I didn't know who he was until this last episode. I didn't have a clue, and I watched the episodes twice. One to watch them, one to recap them. I didn't have a clue who he was. Anyway, at one point, the new guard, Sean Brody, who we'll get into later, and Linda take Marie out to her hearing, but they don't make it there. They take her to Michael Heston. He almost kills her. She convinces him not to. She tells him that other people have the evidence that he's a pedophile. If he kills her, it'll get out, blah, 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 blah. When all else fails, Sean is ordered to help Marie escape. That sets up the hostage situation in the finale. Liz is dead, and Boomer killed her. Her dementia comes too much, and she always wanted Boomer. She always told Boomer throughout the season to, she didn't want to live like that. Whatever. So Boomer did the right thing, but it might come back and cost her. On a lighter note, though, Liz did get to develop a relationship with her son Artie before she went. She also got to see Frankie again, even though she didn't know who she was. Boomer's mother came to Wentworth, and she died in Wentworth. Vicky Costa is dead as well. That's a shame, really, because I thought Vicky Costa could have been a good character, and she was kind of really underutilized, which kind of made her death pointless after they hyped up the last episode that Vera Bennett might have been the one that was killed. It just kind of really felt like a slap in the face. On the guards side, the biggest difference was the introduction of Sean Brody. The character is acted by Rick Donald excellently, I might add. Sean knows Jake from his past job. They had a homosexual relationship. Now Sean begins blackmailing him. That storyline is shut down pretty quickly, honestly. Sean turns his attention to Linda. After the breakout attempt, Sean's killed by Allie, so his character really doesn't matter anymore. Allie spares Marie. Vera has her baby. It seems that her and Jake might be back on the path to good graces. Yippee! As for Will, he had a lot of sex this season, man. A lot. And it's all with Marie Winter. He'd been brainwashed. He finally learns out about her deceit, though. And at the end of this finale, he promises to lock her in isolation permanently. And Rita, it looks like she might be on her way out, too. I personally think that'd be a good thing. I guess Allie was the hero. She's the one that shot the bad guy, Big Bad Sean, Woody. Oh, I forgot one little thing, though. It appears that Joan Ferguson is coming back. What the I know, right? That's kind of odd. But anyway, that's the most important things to know for this season. I don't think I'm leaving anything out. I might be. If I am, let me know. So my opinions on it. If you don't want to hear negativity, you might want to turn it off now. These are just my opinions. All right, let's start off with the bad first. This is just my opinion now. Liz. The Liz ending, getting killed by Boomer, kind of a mercy killing. It should have been good. It might have been good for a lot of people. It just didn't do it for me, and I'll tell you why. Liz hung on, dragged on, whatever you want to call it. The writers just took her, and no matter what, she was there, she was there, she was there. She got killed, she didn't get killed. Drago killed her, but it wasn't her. It just drug on and on and on and on, and it was like, get it over with already. We're tired of hearing it. That's the way I felt about it. Now, it's kind of a cool ending to let it, a tribute to let her go out that way. But for me, it was just too little, too late. Should have happened 2 or 3 seasons ago. The Allie character, I don't even know why she's really in there anymore, honestly. It's kind of pointless. I guess it had a purpose here. But for me, I really didn't like the Allie character in the last couple episodes. I thought it's been kind of dull, kind of pointless. Ruby and Rita, I never did like either of those characters. I couldn't get into them. I don't know what it is about them, but to me, they just wasn't likable. Like Frankie and B, they had something that was likable. I could connect with them. They were genuinely likable. Rita and Ruby, there was nothing I could like about them. They had no charisma. The backstory lines were kind of cheesy. I didn't like the boxing stuff. Thought that was dumb. I don't know why. Just me. Maybe people liked it. I didn't. Will, I've really become disillusioned with the Will character. Early on, man, he was good when he was teaming up with Fletcher and stuff. But now, last 2 seasons, all he did was cry all the time. He'd be in a corner crying. This season, all he did was have sex with Marie all season long. They were like dogs in heat. Next up, Marie. Jesus Christ, did they ruin a character so bad? Why did they do it? The Marie character in the original was honestly one of the best characters they had. She was quirky. She was funny. She was really competitive with B. And honestly, Marie Winter was probably the best character from the original show. She was that good, that funny. This one, the new one, what a disappointment. She's a scaredy cat. All she knows how to do is sleep with Will and blackmail people. It was really, really, really bad. And then they build her up. I guess we should have seen it coming that she didn't kill Kaz. She couldn't do it. Kaz character, good riddance. That character was never any good. Another one that they ruined from the original. The original was a really, really good character. From what I remember, she didn't like to fight or nothing, but they made her, forced her into it. That was a really good character. Not as good as Winter, but pretty good character. A lot better than the Kaz and the Red Right Hand Kaz. Frankie coming back was kind of cool, I guess. I know, I guess this was supposed to be the last season. Why it's getting another one, I'm not really sure. Why it even got this one, I'm not really sure either. I guess it's still getting pretty good ratings. I don't know. I really don't look up that stuff much, but I guess it is. I know it gets a lot of attention. Next up, let's talk about Sean, played by Rick Donald. This is really the breakaway performance in the whole season. Rick Donald, Woody. If you haven't watched 800 Words with Woody, go watch it. Almost everything I see him in, he's kind of a playful character. Kind of nobody takes him serious kind of guy, laid back, kind of like you think a stoner would be. But here in Wentworth, he did a heck of a job, man. Heck yeah, buddy. They've really sold the finale for sure. That's the only thing that kept me into the finale was Rick Donald's performance alone. And it's kind of sad the way he went out, but I'm kind of glad he's gone because I don't want to see him have to go through another season of it. But I hope it propels his status, and hopefully he gets more roles because he did an excellent job in this for sure. And it really showed how diverse he could be as an actor. I didn't know he had it in him, but Rick Donald's got it going on, man. I guess Rita's gone. That'd be a good thing. Now here we go with the Joan Ferguson. I know people are probably excited about it. I haven't been on the Facebook stuff to look or the Twitter and stuff to look. I generally don't even bother. But my opinion, this is an act of desperation on the part of the writers. Why would you ever bring back Joan Ferguson? It's got to be an act of desperation. They're waving the white flag right now. I don't really get it, though, because they've spent 3 or 4 seasons, 2 or 3 seasons, whatever, on the concept that Ferguson is dead. She's been buried. Will spent a whole dang season crying about it because he had to bury her alive. Now you're going to tell me she's not dead? I mean, come on. What is this, a Twilight Zone? Anyway, I thought the show was better than this. I'll still watch it. Probably for laughs or probably just to get irritated. Sometimes the show irritates the heck out of me because if it went back to its roots, it could be so good. It's just lost its way, man. It's lost its way, and the writers are afraid to take chances now. That's what gets me with the finale. Nobody of significance died. Sean died, and he was the best character this season probably, but he had no real significance on the show. Vicky Costa, underutilized, really had no significance on the show. Mae Jenkins, no significance on the show. Really disappointing to me. But that's just my opinion. Who knows if anybody will even make it all the way through this. But that's what it is. If you didn't make it all the way through this, you deserve a prize. Thank you for listening. And I hope you'll keep using Reel Mockery. Be sure to like, subscribe, and use the site, guys. Thanks again.